everyone to please take a seat in the amphitheater so that everyone behind you can also see. We want to make sure we are on the benches and not on the stairs so that people can leave as they need to today. Wonderful. And as we get started, I think the most important thing that we can do this afternoon is get introduced to the elephant we're looking at, probably. Can everyone say, "Hi, Billy"?
Hi, Billy.
Wonderful. Billy is one of our 6 male Asian elephants that calls Denver Zoo home. He is 16 years old and usually weighs between 10 and 11,000 pounds. Pretty big teenager. Wonderful. So, as we are beginning our demonstration, you will notice that Billy is choosing to participate here today. For those of you that have been hanging out for a few minutes already, you probably noticed he's been walking around his space, enjoying his yard. He can throw some dirt on his back, find some hay, go say hi to the elephants in different yards. He says, yeah, I absolutely do have that choice. Because here at Denver Zoo, the way we work with all of our animals, including our elephants, is through a type of training called operant conditioning. And that's a really fancy way of saying that we are just asking Billy to participate in this demonstration where we will show him different hand signals or verbal cues to ask him for a certain behavior. And it's up to Billy to show that behavior today. But when he does the correct behavior, you'll see he gets rewarded in the form of some fresh produce. Anything from celery, apples, oranges, bananas, lots of different snacks to tell him, great job, you did exactly what I asked. And that is what we call positive reinforcement. For those of you who have also never heard of positive reinforcement, that is something that you might be familiar with in your day-to-day lives, whether it is sitting down to a nice big bowl of ice cream after some exercise or a sticker after the doctor's office. Those are all ways to encourage healthy human activities by positively reinforcing your own behavior. And we do the same with our Asian elephants here at Denver Zoo because it allows us to ask Billy to participate in his own care. From being nice and close on the amphitheater peninsula where we can see how his legs and joints are moving, looking at his tusks and his whole body allows us to check in on Billy frequently throughout the day. And it allows us to build up to more complex behaviors by practicing for things like voluntary foot care and even voluntary blood draws with all 6 of our Asian elephants. And the reason those blood draws are so important is it helps us be able to screen for different diseases that might come up suddenly in Asian elephants. But before we do any blood draws, our elephants have to feel comfortable in the spaces they're working in, right? Being able to trust their care team and feel safe in their environment is one way that we can start to be able to work with our elephants for those healthcare behaviors. Which means our boys here have to be able to stand really still for long amounts of time. Because the reason we do those blood draws and check for different diseases is because Asian elephants can be particularly susceptible to a certain disease called EDHD. It's been documented in Asian elephants, both in their native range and in human care. Great job, Billy. And so we want to make sure that we can check in on our elephants really regularly and keep them happy and healthy. But if they did need some extra care and support, the way you treat EDHD is through plasma donations. How many of us here, can you nod your head really big like Billy did in the beginning if you've heard of plasma before? Okay. I see some nodding, some hands going up. That's wonderful. If you've never heard of plasma, that's okay too. All you need to know is that donating plasma takes much longer of a time and is a bit more complex than just a simple blood draw. But I am so proud to say Billy and the other 5 elephants that call Denver Zoo home all willingly participate in those plasma donations, sometimes standing still for up to 30 minutes at a time, working with our vet team and care specialists here at the zoo to send out plasma transfusions to any elephant across the country that might need that help. Which I think is some pretty cool elephant hero work. What do you say we give Billy a little round of applause this afternoon for all of the hard work he does every single day here at the zoo? Wonderful. So we got to talk a little bit about Asian elephant exercise, checking in on their bodies, making sure that we can keep them happy and healthy here at the zoo. Another important part of an Asian elephant's life is their socialization.
Ooh, what's he gonna do?
We here at Denver Zoo have the unique ability to socialize a group of all male Asian elephants. In fact, with 6 boys living here, that makes us the largest bachelor herd in all of North America.
Oh, they're all boys.
So, we've been able to share our success in socializing unrelated boys and, of course, giving them their independence and space from time to time. Today we just see Billy out in this yard, but as you move through Toyota Elephant Passage, you might see a few elephants hanging out together. And that means our care team has to be really in tune with the different personalities and behaviors of all 6 of our elephants to anticipate their social needs. Because out in the native range of Asian elephants, they will often form little groups where the boys hang out for a few hours or days together and then go off on their way again.
There he goes. Is he going to sit down?
As our boys here go through some seasonal hormonal cycling. Great job, Billy. Let's see if he's going to lay down. Oh, great job. Wonderful. That's a pretty great exercise.
Yay, Billy. Yay, Billy.
And some big celery and bananas for that. Wonderful. We were talking a little bit about socialization of Asian elephants and how here at Denver Zoo we are able to help support that, especially as they go through a seasonal hormonal cycle. That cycle is called musth. It's spelled M-U-S-T-H. And during musth, a male Asian elephant's testosterone can skyrocket up to 60 times the normal amount in their body. So lots of really big elephant feelings going on. And how many of us here, can you give me a big thumbs up if you know when one of your friends or family gets a little hangry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. So just like you all pay attention to the different personality changes when someone might need a little snack to lighten their mood, our care specialists pay attention to that musth cycling because it means that our boys are going to want more independence and space from one another. And great news for them is we have over 10 acres of customizable yards so that even if all 6 of them were in musth at the same time, we'd be able to care for all of their social needs at once. And you actually can see some of those physical signs of musth on Billy today. Looking between the eyes and ears of an Asian elephant, if you see dark streaking down their face or urine dripping down their back 2 legs are good indicators of that musth cycling, which I know seems like a lot of dripping going on, but it is a natural and healthy process for our elephants to be going through, and that's really what we want to prioritize is having healthy Asian elephants, because as an endangered species, we want to be able to support and protect them, even if it's from right here in the United States. And the way we can do that is by paying attention to what you buy at your grocery store. Because one of the main threats Asian elephants face is losing their forested habitats to new palm oil plantations. And that palm oil ends up in your go-to toothpaste, shampoo, ice cream, candy bars, Doritos, Oreos. I could go on and on and on. So what we can do is use a free resource called the Palm Oil Scan. It's an app you can download on your phone, and when you download the Palm Oil Scan app, you can search your favorite brand names like your go-to tortillas or your favorite ice cream, Edie's ice cream, peanut butter, all sorts of things, and find out how sustainably sourced the palm oil in the products you're buying are. So you can know if you are supporting companies that also support endangered
His name is
wildlife by
Billy.
using sustainably sourced palm oil that ends up saving lots of space for Asian elephants, even if it's on the other side of the world. Thank you all for joining Billy and I here today. We appreciate you so
Can you
much.
clap for him?
Have a wonderful rest of your day here in Denver, too.
Clap for Billy.
Thank you for supporting us as a conservation organization.